Meghan Markle here.
Today is March 29, 2025. It is 11:14 a.m. So this is video number 2. I want to continue. I just want to continue with where I left off. But when I went on Twitter and I saw this and I added, okay, I literally just respond to it 46 seconds ago. Okay. I was going to live and let live, but now that she has dared to use the name of our good sis to distract from her mess. The only thing I could think of, I'm not sure what she's making reference to, but based on the discussion that we are doing now with the Sentebale debacle, I'm assuming it's that. It has to do with that. Okay, so once I know, I will let you guys know. Let me refresh and see if anybody respond. Nobody respond. A minute ago, 3 people have already seen it. All right, let's pause this. The media had a made-up story for days that Meghan bullied her. Really? If she was a decent person, she would have put out a statement correcting the narrative like Gwyneth. All right. So many things going in my mind. She chose, like Kate, to have the life fester. Yeah, I will have a different view of her after that as well, if true. Okay, I'm already suited up. The squad. Yeah, she's ruining her reputation. Okay, she's effed up now. There's the B word is on her own. Okay, the B is on her own now. She's not getting any benefit of the doubt from her. Moi. Okay, fini. I guess finish. Okay, it is Jakari's time. There's that. Don't do it. It's a trap. Dr. Sophie. Okay, so she's probably the one. Dr. Sophia's grasping for straw and desperate for Harry to react to her, forgetting he's grown adult with self-respect. Let her chat with herself and the tabloid press. I wish I know what she was saying. Alright, I won't even give her the dignity of using her name. Alright, so look how we shift our attention from this. Alright, Meghan stuff and the cooking and things like that. Okay, so this was somewhat extra. I just added to my list, but I'm going back to my original list, which from previous recording. Okay, I decided to break it into 2. Come on, look at this image itself. Look at this image within itself. I mean, Harry's too nice. That's what happened. Is her hand behind Harry? Were they trying to... Oh my God, so many things went in my mind. Sentebale trustee Sophie Chandauka's fundraising scheme went nowhere. Let's see here. Let me click celebrity thing. Okay, so that's worth there's a lot of things here. Okay, I'm probably just gonna read the summary here. Slowly but surely, I believe the full story of what really went down at Sentebale will eventually come out. It's already starting to come out, and I'm grateful that Prince Harry, Prince Yoso, and now former trustees of Sentebale are starting to get their side of the story out. There are more reports even... This thing is annoying. Okay, so I could pause it. Okay. There are more reports, even in British outlet, about Sophie Chandauka's gross mismanagement of Sentebale and how completely bizarre it is that she refused to step down as chair and instead went to the British tabloid and lobbed a lot of insult and vile threat at Prince Harry in particular. Vanity Fair piece on the drama was mostly a rehash, but a source close to the situation told Vanity Fair that the trustees who resigned were concerned about financial mismanagement during Chandauka's tenure. Again, when it comes with the financial, I just want to know how does that work? When there are trustees, does she have the sole responsibility of writing a check? Okay, and that the relationship began to fray starting in December. That was just a couple of months after Harry's visit to Lesotho. Okay, so that was a little bit after. I think I covered some part of it, at least what was presented to us. What I was gonna say, where he brought those people to check the place out. All right. Meanwhile, I was shocked to read this piece in the Time of London, written by royal reporter Kate Menzies. It shocks me because Menzies acknowledged that actually it speaks volume that the board of trustees and the two royal patrons and co-founders had no faith in Chandauka, and they all resigned in protest of her. Menzies also published intense comment from Dr. Kilolo Lewatholi, I guess that's one of the trustees, who was one of the trustees who resigned, and he is also Prince Yoso's cousin. Some highlights from this piece. Okay, so I'll leave the link in the description. All right, let me pause and do that before I forget. All right, so I put it on the list. Let's read some of the comment here. So 4 hours ago, so there's me here. Oh, first time seeing this pic. Okay, that was the first time I came across this picture. Look at her hand. Is it behind Harry and all of that? For something like that to happen, you know Harry is married. Your hand should be right next to you. And this is why most guys, when they're taking pictures with women, so women don't say anything, they put their hands similar to how the guys in the back do. Put their hands in front of them like that, so they don't accuse of anything. Okay. Oh, first time seeing this pic. I've seen other pics of the same event, but not that one. Shattered dreams. Harry knows what's up. If what I've seen so far about her are true, she just humiliated herself on a global scale. Can't mess with Princess Diana's second son, the People's Prince. There's GIF. They did 2 art events and partnered with jewelry brand in New York City to give percentage of sale to Sentebale. Wait a second. The first art action barely sold anything. Then the second art event that happened the same night as Tyler Perry's Honor Gala hasn't done much either. Not sure how much they have gotten from jewelry sale. I mean, if this is true, she's going to the mentality of William, like standing at a corner selling newspapers when one game, one event could raise thousand or even million of dollars. What the hell? Those were her bright ideas, and it fell flat. It effing sucks that a major backer pulled out because of this crazy, that's the B word. I hope Harry and Yoso have still maintained a positive relationship with ISP Honda. From what I heard, even though they didn't participate in that polo match, but they were with and the Invictus, the recent Invictus in Canada. Okay, I'm hoping ISP Honda will make a statement about the relationship breakdown. No, they don't owe anybody anything. If they see the direction of the charity is not aligned with them, all they have to do is did exactly what they did. They just shift their money someplace else, because they see that when other members, whoever was running the show, the charity, was on the same page as them, helping the kids and all that. Okay, you're doing that. Okay, at least I don't have to do it myself. Here's some money to continue doing your work. But as soon as it shifts, it's not aligned with them. They did what they needed to do. Just say, okay, this year we're not gonna do that. Okay, because they were still some of the squaddies who raised that and made me aware of it, that they still sponsor Invictus in Canada. Okay, I found out that all the ISP's patrons are from the UK, and Mike Tyndall is an ISP ambassador. This may sound crazy, but I'm wondering if KC3 had anything to do with ISP Honda withdrawal support for Sentebale. Who knows? I don't know. But at least whatever it is, whatever. Oh my God, all of them are connected. Care or look, here is a few more. Please stop spreading false information. I don't know. Okay, former Prime Minister of New Zealand. I don't know. Alright, former Ireland. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about this. Okay, I don't know. Like I said before, it's just that if something aligned with whatever it is that they do, they probably, instead of them doing the work and they see an organization doing it, they probably say, okay, you're doing the work, I like what you're doing, here's some money to continue doing it. And as soon as it doesn't align with them, they move on and do something else. So I'm glad I said it before I even saw this. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Where was I? Let me pause. Alright, so this is the next tweet. Oh, I didn't press enter. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of this. Okay, so I read it in the last video, so I'll have to read it here. Prince William's sole goal in life is to destroy Harry. The conniving, short-sighted, unaccomplished future king will live to regret the destructive choices he's been making. And his PR team is, there's that here, really never worked or gave, and he hates Prince Harry and Meghan for working and giving. Alright, so this one is very low.
About the Duchess of Sussex and how much he hated her. He said, I lie there grinding my teeth, dreaming.
Okay, so he's making reference to this with what, is that it? No. Yeah. Copying up to Clarkson, the man who marked his mother. Okay, so that's not it here. No, that's not what I was thinking. Jeremy Clarkson. I have the screenshot of what this guy is talking. It's very low and forget that. Alright, so let's see here. This I read in my last video. You could pause and read. I'm gonna read only the highlight. With neither parent keen to play the disciplinarian, it was left to Nanny Ruth to try to administer some correction. In the autumn of 1987, she yanked the 5-year-old home from a birthday party following a tantrum when he had not been allowed to blow out the candles on the cake and had expressed his displeasure by throwing sandwiches and ice cream around the room. Nanny made him clean up the mess before he left. Alright, so that's from a book, Robert Tracy or something like that. You could pause and read this. William the Weakling. Okay, of all the people Prince William could have aligned himself with, Jeremy Clarkson is the most disgraceful choice. This is the man who once marked Princess Diana's death, sneering on Top Gear that a car he was reviewing wouldn't crash in a tunnel in Paris unlike some other people we know. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was a cruel, cheap joke about the tragic end of William's own mother, hounded to her death by the same kind of media bullies Clarkson embodied. And yet, here's William cozying up to Clarkson as though none of it ever happened. It's not just tone deaf, it's spineless. For all his public performances of grief over Diana, William has shown himself to be a weakling son, too cowardly to stand up for his mother's memory. Instead of shunning Clarkson, he's handing him royal validation, proving once again that when it comes to protecting his family, William is all talk, no backbone. Well, remember when he stood in front of national television saying about to discredit his own mother's interview with what's that that famous interview? Here's the piece that I'm talking about.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia, displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others. It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia, and isolation that I remember from those final years with her. But what saddens me most is that if the BBC had properly investigated the complaints and concerns first raised in 1995, my mother would have known that she had been deceived. She was failed not just by a rogue reporter, but by leaders at the BBC who looked the other way rather than asking the tough questions. It is my firm view that this Panorama programme holds no legitimacy and should never be aired again.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife of the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
So that alone should tell you enough. Okay, vile brat, there's a part here that William is connecting with the vile man and including his own son is horrible. He makes it so obvious how he hates Prince Harry and uses Melon Line and its minions to try to destroy him and Meghan, but all he is proving is that not my king is right. The monarchy is unworthy. Right now he might be in standing ground, but his foundation is shaky. I'm listening to Spare again. And just past that part where Harry was angry at the press for harassing William and Kate during her pregnancy and how he was so happy Kate was his sister-in-law, yet the same two ended up stabbing him in the back. And this is something I've always said. She has hers coming. Baggage for God. Because Harry was the only one who showed her respect. I always show that picture when she was getting married with William. Harry fixing her veil. I mean, and, you know, baggage for God. William will never go to heaven. Just baggage for God. I never died to come back to say, okay, this person is going to heaven, this person is not. Who knows? Next tweet. Let's pause this. Squad, please focus on the core issue. Do not be distracted by the polo match or conspiracy theories. That's what she wants. Okay, so she must have said something. I didn't come across her quote or whatever she's saying. Alright, quote, look over there, not there. End quote. Muddy the waters, distraction. Use critical thinking. Alright. Yep, the fact is she is an opportunist. She got found out and she needs to leave. Too late for that, I fear. The skilled operator that she obviously is didn't need to do much to set the conspiracy train in motion despite the more than enough concrete issues at hand to look at. Okay, I understand there's that, but we don't need to amplify it any further. Okay, I haven't come across what she said. Okay, next tweet. This is making reference to Sentebale as well. I have, I think, 4 more left. Okay, why hijack someone else's charity when you are supposedly knowledgeable and capable of creating one? No one will want you near their organization based on your behavior. Like I've said, she just pretty much exposed herself globally. She just hurt herself. If allegedly, based on some of the things that I read, if she was hired to do that, they're done with her, especially with her skin color. These people don't want them to be near them. I think it's a learning lesson for Harry. Unfortunately, the kids who's getting the benefit of Sentebale is gonna be the one who's suffering for a short while. I truly believe it's short while. There's gonna be something better coming out of this. To upgrade, to revamp, to bring it up to the 21st centuries or something like that. It was doing good. There was nothing wrong with it. But with what's going on around globally, the world is shifting. The universe is shifting. It needed to be revamped. So I think that's what it needed. That's all it is. But unfortunately, it opens people's eyes to be very careful who you bring in. Because most people would have thought, okay, she's black, she's for the children of Africa and all of that. No. It's the problem of the same problem with many countries in Africa that do this type of things. So it opens Harry's eyes moving forward. And I think, in my humble opinion, this is just my humble opinion, I could see it become better and much stronger and probably help more people. So moving forward, there will be at least this aspect. Maybe that was a loophole within the charity that they didn't look into, thinking that they're doing good thing. People who wants to join them will be on board and on the same page. So now this is something they have to look into very carefully. It's a learning experience. Okay, she is going to lose her credibility over this mess. I can't think any charity taking her on with this on her resume now. She'll get a further reward. Yeah, they're probably gonna give her, well, she got was it MBE already? I don't know what's next over there in the UK. She'll be giving a red and white robe and move up to the House of Lord. Okay, Okay, incompetent, lack ideas, vision, charity. But from what I'm reading, it seems like, have you ever heard of this book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad? I think that's the way it calls. There's a certain mindset. You're doing a lot of work, moving around, showing you're busy, but you're not really producing much. Meanwhile, one thing could be done and you raise million. So this is, Heavy's mind is, I'm telling you, Heavy is a brilliant guy. Once or twice a year, he does the polo match, take a day or two out of his time to raise money for charities, and it's in a million. Okay? But this woman they bring in decided this is not, from what I've read, allegedly, it's not good enough, but instead selling jewelry and things like that. That could be fine. That could be fine. Money is money. But from raising, how many jewelries you need to sell to make the amount that Heavy's is bringing in one polo match? This is the difference here. The mindset. There's poor people mindset and rich people mindset. Heavy's mindset is at a bigger, global, rich mindset. My goodness. This is not to say I could do these things. I'm not. I'm just from the outside looking in. Maybe if I had the resources, maybe I'll think like that. But what she's talking about, from what I've read about selling jewelry and things like that, these are things, look at this, on my channel I have t-shirt or whatever. These are poor people mindset, so to speak, to give you an idea. If I was rich, you think I'll be doing t-shirt and things like that? No. Oh my goodness. Okay, I feel sorry for at least some of the trustees who signed on. Like I said, it's a dormant period right now. They're probably revamping, re-strategize to see how they could probably create something and make it better. Okay, while maybe Heavy and Prince Yoso fighting her on. That's the way that I see it. Okay, all right. I feel sorry for at least some of the trustees who signed on. One of them is a doctor in the US who specializes in infectious disease. Okay, that I didn't know. I saw the names, but I didn't look into it. Okay, who specializes in infectious disease and was on TV a lot during COVID. She seems really smart and nice. Said she got tangled up in this mess. Well, this is why the stepping down is a way to keep their reputation. Let's see here. Okay, I never trust any doctor or scientist who are always drawn to Africa to promote their experiment on the name of charity. Okay, who said anything about experimenting? One of the women is a well-known doctor in the field of infectious diseases. That's all. She has a real job and signed up to be a trustee, which I assume means some meetings and providing guidance. Frankly, I feel sorry for her. Yeah. Alright. Okay, did she encourage people to vaccinate? What the hell? Let's leave that alone. Oh Lord, from what I'm hearing, there's people in the US, after Trump administration said something about vaccine and things like that, people are getting sick from things. Is it polio or something like that? Measles. People are getting sick from disease that have already been there's a cure for. So that's that. Is this small? Oh, okay. Next tweet. So William, the incompetent, tried to hijack Sentebale, allegedly, okay, using Sophie and Ian. I guess they are testing waters, but we all know ultimate target is to take Invictus from Harry. Always trying to steal his little brother's things, all the money, hierarchy, but still a wangling loser. Well, I don't know, let's just say allegedly, but at least Harry can learn from this. All right. You know how incompetent somebody has to be to make this glaringly obvious. Also, Sophie, dear, how are you decolonizing Sentebale by appointing the whitest Englishman in existence as a trustee and driving out the Lesotho-born and bred prince as a trustee? Again, for me, who gave her the sole authority to make these decisions? I don't understand. Has a better start closing all loopholes for his initiative and move them to the US. Nothing is safe under the UK trustee. This is why Meghan is smarter. She keep all her projects stateside. Harry born over there. We have to remember that. Harry born over there. Look at this. How long Meghan and Harry been married? And how long Sentebale been in existence? Way before Harry and Meghan union. So where else would he be putting it? Maybe in Lesotho, maybe. But now I think, like I said, it's a learning lesson for him. Knowing that people are not on his side, or maybe many people in the UK don't have his best interests. So at least he could learn from that. But where was he supposed to go? Okay, either the UK or Lesotho or Botswana. Those two countries that he's helping. But it's just a lesson for him. But with Meghan is American. And we already know how the UK view her. So why would she create anything over there? Okay, IG is a foundation. The organization structure is different. African Parks, Harry is one of the board members. Travalyst structure like IG. They try to target that too. Remember, the private jet gate. William will never win. Alright. Again, I don't know how any of these work. I could only give you my little opinion. The only thing that raised my radar, who gave that woman full authority to make those huge decisions when she just came in? Okay, Willie is going to try regardless. So Harry better have his shield up. Man is a psychopath and obsessed with Harry. Without prayers, he'll never win. So true. Why do you think the UK was picked? Okay, why do you think the UK was picked for IG27? I don't care if I sound like a conspiracy theorist. The British royal family are still trying to destroy Harry. Look at what's happening with Sentebale. I'd even go far enough to say the two events are linked. We shall see. We just need to keep our prayers. Like I've said in other posts and some of my comments, I think IG27 should have gone to South Korea. Okay, I actually fear for him going back because it seems like William will stop at nothing at this point. Charles is on his way out, and Willie Boy is a loser that has to steal his brother's work to satisfy his ego. He's a baggage for God. That's all. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so there's this. The ribbon cutters. The ribbon cutters could not handle this level of work ethic and intelligence and drove her out. Duchess Meghan while in the UK. Team Sussex 2020. Alright, let's see here. 1 minute and 12 seconds. There'll be a screenshot, okay?
The lack of education for girls and how that has a ripple effect on so many things. And I think, you know, it seems like a broad stroke, and many people will say, okay, fine, yes, you want girls to have an education, you just want to have smart girls. It's actually much more complex than that, and it really does solve so many of the world's problems when a girl has access to education. You know, I mean, you look at it and you could say, here are the vulnerabilities and the challenges that come about when they don't have access to education, right? Early childhood marriage, susceptibility to trafficking, modern slavery, all of that. But equally, look at all the positives that come out of it when you do have access to education for young girls, how it affects economic development, the GDP, billions of dollars on the table are lost by girls being pulled out of education. And so I think when I look at it from those terms, it would be impossible for me to sit back and not do something about it. And I think, you know, looking at my role that I'm very, very privileged to have now with the QCT, just expands that platform to be able to go to 53 Commonwealth countries and do this level of work all across the globe. Because again, it is about global feminism. It is about a parity and equality for all of us. And so
that's the first time I'm listening to
the lack
this.
of education.
Let me pause it. That's a big no-no for these people. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a big no-no for them. Okay, professional ribbon cutters, get it right, lady. I was just throwing a shade. Okay, Meg was there as patron for the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. William was livid with jealousy. Okay, I could only imagine how incandescent with rage he was. I mean, he does not understand his position, really. He does not understand his position. This is someone who's gonna be king. Okay, king. When you're playing games, the highest thing within a board game is to be king. The second is queen. He got that, but he still doesn't understand. All right, well, when you want everything, you're going to end up with nothing. Okay, the whole country lost a tremendous asset, all in the name of a bitter, jealous Willie. Willie Killy and Heidi Cady Gross. Okay, exactly. But when you're insecure in your own ability to put two sentences together, you already know what was next. Meg didn't stand a chance, said. Yeah, she made them look bad, and they knew it. They knew they couldn't compete with a woman being this level of articulate, intelligent, and driven. Okay, God gave her a gift, and that royal family said, nah, we wave, smile, and cut ribbon around here, get out. Yeah, that's pretty much. Okay, the Brits lost a good one. They truly did. They drove her out, thinking it will silence her. They wanted her broken, scared, and hidden. Okay, and still trying to break her. It's like they're angry she's gone. Should have appreciated what she brought to the table. Too late. Let's see, some good response here. Okay, the people could have seen Zara, Mike, Eugene, and Beatrice if Harry and Meghan had stayed. Why would that be? Okay, that seems a really big stretch. Okay, this is someone that I black. Wonderful woman, inspiration, very much. There. That's how they slip past a genuine head worker, royal. Should she not be expelled, she could have much to her hand. But no, thanks, royal family. You deserve your future queen. Okay. What a loss to the royal family. They felt insecure because they couldn't match her capabilities, but rather than improving, they bully her out using the media and their friends. Abuse happened in many forms. Meghan can now do her work and reap herself on reward. So proud of Meghan. Yeah. Yep. All these comments are good. Alright, so this one has Dr. SHola. I have one more after this. Alright, let's pause this. Okay, the successes of IG25, Travalyst, and With Love Meghan, the As Ever debut, and the soon to debut Confession of a Woman Founder have sent the royal family media reeling. They tried to stop her, and then they sent her away. She's like with the stiletto on their neck. Don't give them time to breathe. The propaganda machine has proven to be ineffective. This Sentebale weirdness is suspect, and Prince Harry will overcome it. What was I thinking? The propaganda machine. The thing is that when Meghan first got to the UK, I don't think she understood the game these people were playing. But once she understood how it played, she's playing it with them, but in her own term, her own way of responding to them. Let's see here. Senior members of the family wanted them back after the transition period and were ready to continue playing dirty to make this happen. They never thought the trial period would work and try everything to make it fail. This is what I like about the squad. Let's say there are new squaddies who's coming aboard. This screenshot will be how the new squaddies will be informed and learn what had happened. Now, I've read this in one video before. The way I sums this up, everything that happened in the UK against Meghan, the royal family started it. They create the problem, they tried to solve the problem, and then they went back to square one, problem again. Everything that happened is them. Okay? So let's finish with that. They never thought the trial period will work and try everything to make it fail, starting with the removal of security and then signing off on a 12-month assault by the UK press on Harry and Meghan and everyone in their orbit. Quote, as far as the institution of the monarchy went, the Sussexes had either to be safely in the tent in Britain or cast away and cast aside as comprehensively as possible in order to reduce the threat. And the thing is that if they were doing anything good, you would say, okay, whatever, but they're not doing anything. So this is the thing about Charles, how he feel about Harry. King Charles justified the government preventing his son from having security by arguing that a successful attack on Prince Harry would not significantly disturb the British public. So you think this is someone who loves his son? This is why I said the moment that they knew where Harry was in Canada, and then they sent people over there, and then he was not picking up Harry's phone calls.
Is that the correct?
As far as I'm concerned, he probably would have. To me, if that was my father, I was like, he's dead to me. May my father rest in peace. But anyway, let's listen to this screenshot. Okay.
Interpreted is that the correct reaction that you didn't mind the show?
I didn't mind it at all. In fact, I found it rather pleasant. Very, very gentle, nice wallpaper. It was pretty. It really annoys me when people have commented after, well, the pylon of criticisms annoyed me. But people said, well, where was the substance? Where was the substance? This is a lifestyle show. It's frilly, it's frothy, it's pleasant. Oh, it's like sitting there having honey dribble in your mouth. I mean, what do you expect? What kind of substance? And I was pleasantly surprised. I watched it because I was doing a radio interview about it immediately afterwards. I only watched the first one. And I thought, well, this is quite interesting. I even picked up one or two little tips, you know. It was interesting to watch Meghan making candles, which she hadn't done before. I thought it was most interesting. You know, you have bath bombs, and if you put a bath bomb in, you get all that stuff that comes out of it, all the flowery bits and everything gets stuck down your plug hole, and you've got to clean the bath. Well, she decided to put all those bits and pieces in a little bag, little tea bag with a ribbon, and put that in your bath. That's quite clever, isn't it? So I don't understand why everyone in the media seems to have decided to say it's absolutely the worst thing ever on television. I thought it was quite charming. Good on her.
You spent a lot more time than most people with Princess Diana, which of course I'm very, very envious of. Can you imagine Diana doing something like this, or is this not necessarily the path she would have gone down?
No, I don't think Diana would have done anything like this. Not because it was beneath her, but because she had different. She did have rather more serious ideas and campaigns, perhaps. But this is what Meghan Markle, as she was good at before she met Harry. I mean, right. She was an influencer. She was a stylist or a lifestyle guru. She was doing very well, and she's gone back, as she says, to her roots. Why are we knocking her? Why are people making all these unpleasant headlines and knocking her? I just think, I think it's become quite cruel.
What about Fergie? Because Fergie's kind of spent time in that space. Can you see her do?
Well, Fergie is alive. Go ask her. Oh my God, there's Dr. SHola. Let's go into that. Oh my God. It's 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Screenshot, but let's listen. Oh my God.
King Charles has a new show, The King's Music Room, just days after Meghan launched her own show on Netflix. Coincidence? I think not. What in the royalty is going on? Let's get into it.
Throughout my life, music has meant a great deal to me.
Oh, me too. It's Uncle Bob
It has that remarkable ability to bring happy memories, comfort us in times of sadness, and to take us to distant places. But perhaps, above all, it can lift our spirits to such a degree, and all the more so when it brings us together in celebration. In other words, it brings us joy.
Joy? Where have we heard that before?
We're not in the pursuit of perfection. Woke us all up. We're in the pursuit of joy.
Joy! Meghan said it! Since Meghan announced her show, all the media vultures, you know them, the ratchety, raggedy, royal wannabe vultures, have been out trying to assassinate her show, mischaracterize her, use all kinds of nouns, pronouns, and adjectives, and now you get to watch them praise him for everything they accused her of. We've seen this script before. You know for a fact that if his show had come out before hers, she would be accused of stealing the theme of joy from him. There is nothing new under the sun for those who hate Meghan. They're going to come up with all kinds of ridiculous comparisons. But here is the kicker. Meghan is being branded egotistical for using her own royal title, Duchess of Sussex, in the show. Doesn't that mean King Charles is egotistical too? Because he's using his royal title, King, in his show. Double standards galore. Slamming a show as fakery and an exercise in narcissism? Let me show you who fits that bill much better than Meghan. Yeah, I'm talking about King Charles. Like we're all meant to believe this is his personal playlist as he listens to it in the King's Music Room. And that his eclectic musical taste includes Afrobeats, disco, reggae, 3 genres rooted in black music, black culture. Please. This is where the bull meets the shit because it's bullshit. This is all about King Charles's public image and reputation. This is the king demonstrating his kingship over Commonwealth countries and showcasing music from his subjects. That's all it's about. This isn't his personal playlist. I mean, would I care if King Charles wanted to showcase music from across the Commonwealth? No. By all means, do it. Everyone loves music, do it. But do not lie to us telling us it's his personal playlist when it is not. Because we can see through that. It's not an accident that they focus on Afrobeat, reggae, disco in the way they sell this message, because it's always about white exploitation of black music, black culture, and anything blackety black. So yeah, that's narcissism, egotistical, and fakery all wrapped up in this PR stunt about King Charles. While some of you want to dabble in believing this BS PR stunt, Davido says best where I stand. I'm unavailable. Them know they see me. Hey, I'm unavailable for bullshit. Them know they see me. I mean, to be honest, my issue is not with King Charles. My issue is with the hypocrisy and double standards that surround what Meghan Markle does versus what other members of the royal family do. I mean, we know someone is writing the notes for King Charles. We know someone compiled that playlist for King Charles. Just tell the truth. Be honest. That's fine. You don't have to lie about it. And use the same standard for both. That's all.
Alright, so I think I played this once before, the Dr. SHola part. That's my worry. They'll try to bring them back since they are so popular. I hope Harry and Meghan don't fall for it. Okay, that ship has sailed. Yeah, they're done. Meghan is done. They let it be known. And the thing is that those people in the UK, the media, they never learn. They will pick up, let's say for instance, even though I don't think Meghan will dare do that, Harry already said he's not going to bring her back over there due to safety reason. Let's say, for instance, they go over there and let's say they continue wherever, work with the royal family. Guess what the tabloid will do? They will pick up exactly where they left off as if nothing happened. Okay, you know when you ride those bicycles, I don't know if you don't have your pad on for your butt. Okay, let's say you rode the seat cushion is so painful. I don't know how those bikers do it. And you come back, let's say a year later to go back, you're gonna feel the same exact pain as if you never left that seat. Okay, I used to go back right in Central Park. That's why I'm saying that. Next tweet, and I think that's my last one. And I just saw one on my phone. I might add to it. All right, let's pause this one. Yeah, why didn't you tell me that? In William's kingship plan, there is action plans for stripping Meghan of her titles and take over her shop my link. Is he taking her Instagram too? I need to laugh. He's like a effing toddler. It's so funny. Even if it's not true, it's something he will attempt. He's that petty. Alright, and the flower sprinkler, quiet as kept. I heard he's sending an eviction notice to Archie's chick. And alright, the squad are making fun. You could pause and read this. Let me look for the other thing that I just saw on my phone. Let's see here, okay, this one. Okay, so that has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan. Okay, why did African not build boats to discover new continent and colonize them 1,000 years ago? That's the answer. There was food at home. But anyway, let's leave that as that. There's more comment. I just saw it while I was listening to Dr. SHola, and I used my phone, so that could be played. Let's do prayer. Prayer for prosperity. Let's see here. Let's look at image. Okay. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. There's more to share with you. I don't know if tonight there's more stuff regarding TikTok, voting. That's like a little bit of politics. There's People Magazine, receipt about Sentebale. I'm not sure if I'll record these tonight, but I have enough because this morning I did not feel like recording. Alright, so I have 2 videos to edit. So that's it. Thank you for watching.
Chandauka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.